to be your in-cab pre-trip. First thing you do, adjust your seat. Put your seatbelt on. Now we're going to do a safety neutral start. You're going to push that clutch into the floor. Verify that your brakes are out and applied, that you are in neutral. You're going to turn your key to the on position. You're going to watch your gauges sweep. You're going to watch all your lights go on and off. If your ABS light stays on, you have a fault in the system. If the DEF light stays on, your truck would need to regen. Now you're going to start your truck. Hover your hand over the key until your oil pressure reaches between 20 and 60. Move your hand, release the clutch. Now we are going to do an air leakage test. We're going to verify that we're between 120 and 125 psi. So I'm going to give my truck a little bit of gas to raise my air pressure up. It doesn't want to raise, so we're going to pretend like it's there. Okay, and put the truck into first gear. Shut the truck off. Turn the key back to the on position, making sure you have power. Now we're going to do our static air leak test. I'm going to push in both valves. After the initial 10 to 15 psi loss, I should not lose more than 3 psi in 1 minute. Now you're going to watch your gauges move. Once they stop, that's when you're going to start counting. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7, 1,000, all the way to 60. This test was successful. Now we're going to do our applied brake test. So here, we are going to firmly apply the brake. And after the initial 10 to 15 psi loss, I should not lose more than 4 psi in 1 minute. So now I'm going to hold the brake. Once my gauges stop moving, you'll start counting. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, all the way to 60. This test was successful. Now we're going to do our low air warning light and buzzer test. Here I will fan the brakes until my warning light and buzzer come on at or above 60 psi. So you're just going to pump your brake. This test was successful. Now we are going to do our emergency spring brake test. Here, I'm going to pump the brakes till my trailer pops between 45 and 20. My tractor will pop between 40 and 20. Sometimes they pop close together. Now you're going to just pump the brakes. You're going to watch your knob. Okay, this test was not successful because it didn't pop above 20. If that happens on test day, tell them it was not successful, okay? Now we are going to do our second neutral safety start. So make sure that your brakes are out and applied. Verify that it's in neutral. Turn your key to the off position. Back to the on. Watch your gauges sweep. All your lights go on and off. If your ABS light stayed on, you have a fault in the system. If your DEF light stayed on, your truck would need to regen. You're going to start the vehicle. Keep your hand hovered over the key until you reach 20 to 60 psi. Release your clutch. Now, I'm going to go over my safety equipment. My seat belt is properly mounted and secured, not cut, worn, torn, or frayed. It latches and unlatches. My fire extinguisher, it is a 10-pound ABC fire extinguisher, fully charged and up to date. Has a pin present. It is secured within my reach, or it's in a side box properly marked. My electrical fuses. I have a spare fuse for things in the truck that are not equipped with a circuit breaker. My 3 self-standing reflective triangles just point behind your seat. They are not cracked, bent, or broken. They're in good condition. My air recovery. I should gain between 0 to 85 within 3.5 minutes, 85 to 100 in 45 seconds. My governor kicks in at 100, kicks out at 125. The safety relief valve will open at 150 psi to prevent damage to the air system. Now I'm going to go over my indicator lights. My right turn signal, my left turn signal are working. My four-way flashers are working. My high beams are working. Now you're going to go over your heat and defrost. Turn it to feet and defrost all the way up. Hand up top, defrost, hand below for heat. Those are working properly. My horns are working. City horn, air horn. My windshield, it is clear and visible. It's not chipped, cracked, or broken. There are no illegal stickers. My windshield wipers, the arms are properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. The wiper blades are properly mounted and secured. They are not ripped, torn, or frayed. They are pressed firmly against the windshield. My mirrors, all of my mirrors are properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, and they are adjusted to me. Brake checks. So now I'm going to raise the air pressure before I move on. So make sure that you're waiting until you have at least 100 psi. So you have 4 brake checks, 2 spring, 2 service. Our tractor and trailer spring brake test. So here, I'm going to put shifter into first gear. I am going to test my tractor brakes by pushing in my trailer. Now I'm going to gently release my clutch until I feel a little tug. This test was successful. Now I'm going to test my trailer spring brakes by pushing in my tractor. Slightly release your clutch until you feel a little tug. This test was successful. Now we are going to test our trailer service brake test. So you would push in both knobs. On one of our trucks we have a service brake here, and the other truck it's up here. But all you're going to do is pull that, gently release your clutch until you feel a tug. That test was successful. Now we're going to move on to our combination service brake test. So here you're going to put it into neutral. Pull your brakes. You're going to explain it. I'm going to do a combination foot service brake test. I will roll forward 3 to 5 miles an hour with my hands hovered over the wheel. I'm going to firmly apply the brake and my wheel should not move to the left or right. If it does, it means one of 5 things. Remember BLUS, B-L-U-S-S. Brakes out of adjustment, low tire pressure, uneven ground, shifted load, or a suspension problem. Once you're finished explaining, truck back into first gear. Release your brakes. Yellow first, then the red always. Now hold on. We're going to roll forward. We're going to roll forward. You're going to push in the clutch. Push the brake. My wheel did not move left or right. This test was successful. I have